Every day, civilization relies on localized actions to keep functioning. We help our families, teach our neighbors, and share opportunities to lift others up. Multiply those small exchanges of time and energy by billions of people, operating relentlessly across every time zone. It is a massive, continuous current of human effort. Yet, if you look at a traditional global ledger, that entire current registers as zero. Because this foundational support isn't tracked or traded, it remains entirely invisible to modern markets. Relying on a social foundation that you can't measure or value creates a systemic disconnect. We are running a modern society while ignoring the very human system that holds it together. Fixing this disconnect requires a change in how we define human value. It requires moving toward what is known as a participation economy. Instead of letting social acts evaporate into the background, a participation economy captures them. It takes those scattered moments of unseen labor and converts them into measurable, actionable data points. DreamPlay is the specific architecture engineered to execute this. It provides the digital and physical framework necessary to process this new economy. DreamPlay provides the infrastructure required to finally reward the things people are already doing. It creates the missing framework to turn human nature into a tangible asset. To scale a network like this globally, it must be anchored by a reliable, localized base unit. You have to start at the neighborhood level. In the DreamPlay ecosystem, these base units are called houses of blessings. These literal and digital community centers are where raw participation is gathered. Inside a house, people have a dedicated space to gather, learn new skills, actively participate in community projects, and support one another directly. Without these specific physical hubs serving as anchor points, an economy based on participation is just a theory. The houses make it a functional reality. But the architecture of a house cannot run itself. It requires a specialized human engine to drive it, split across 3 distinct roles. First are participants, supplying the raw material of participation. Second are house owners, taking that energy and channeling it into community opportunities. Third are community builders, the networkers who scale the ecosystem, connecting isolated houses to one another. By organizing these 3 roles into a closed-loop system, the energy from an individual's participation inevitably drives the expansion of the entire community. To spark that initial engagement inside a house of blessings, the network relies on a structured, immediate activity called Blessino. Blessino brings people together around a specific goal. As members participate, the activity generates direct financial support for educational sponsorships and local scholars. Actions taken during these activities flow outward as DreamPlay community credits. This is the quantifiable fuel capturing the exact value of the members' participation. Credits cycle back into the ecosystem. They sponsor local workers, provide support for scholars, and close the economic loop. Through the mechanics of community credits, what was once considered abstract, invisible goodwill is officially transformed into a traceable economic asset. The House of Blessings isn't designed to stand alone. Its growth is dictated by a geometric progression, where every localized hub supports the activation of the next layer of the network. Following this specific architectural blueprint leads to a precise global endpoint: 19,531 fully connected houses of blessings operating worldwide. At that scale, isolated neighborhoods are no longer operating in silos. They merge into a highly synchronized, living city that shares resources and data in real time. Reaching those 19,531 nodes means everyday participation is no longer a localized side effect. It becomes a dominant structural force within the global economy. But before any massive global network can truly function, someone has to pour its very first concrete foundation. That immediate, tactical mission is called the Founder Sprint. The objective is strictly focused on activating the first 3,125 houses of blessings. The Founder Sprint is a limited window. It is the exact moment where early adopters get to build the base layer of this new economic system from the ground up. To embed yourself in this architecture, the directives are clear. Join the community, sponsor the scholars, build the network. The era of relying on unmeasured, invisible labor is over. The blueprint for a human-centric participation economy is finished, and it is ready for its architects.